What a day. What a day. Oh, I didn't connect the mic. I did not connect the mic. I guess we could just use the computer microphone for now. What a day. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear the audio. Sounds good. Okay, I'm using the camera's mic. Thanks for tapping in with Street TV. I'm Alex Alonso, and I'm here with a Eric Holder trial update, and he was found guilty of first-degree murder this morning. Not only was he found guilty of first-degree murder, he was found guilty of manslaughter of Shermai Villanueva and Carrie Latham. That was the lesser included charge. The prosecution was going for first-degree attempted murder on those two victims, but they found Eric Holder guilty of the lesser charges on those two. They also found the gun allegations to be true, plus felon in possession with a gun to be true as well. So he was pretty much found guilty of everything. I guess the only thing the prosecution didn't get was first-degree attempted murder on the two victims, but they got manslaughter, attempted manslaughter on the other two victims. And sentencing will be September 15th in the criminal courts building. And how many years you think Eric Holder is facing? Let's see how many years he is facing. My video looks blurry. Let me see if I could. Is that blurry? I'm looking at myself right here on the screen. It could be the if it's blurry, it's probably because it's buffering either your Wi-Fi or my Wi-Fi. Either your Wi-Fi or my Wi-Fi. But if my Wi-Fi was going down, I would get an error right here saying my Wi-Fi is going down. So, well, let me just quickly go through what is expected for sentencing on September 15th. And really, the main part of the sentencing is the conviction for first-degree murder. No, it's not life without parole. This is not a life without parole case. This is it is a certain amount of years to life. So on the first-degree murder, he is facing 25 to life. And because he was found guilty on the gun allegation, he's looking at 50 years just on the first-degree murder of Nipsey Hussle. 50 years base. But the 25 years and the 25 years can run consecutively or it can run concurrently. It all depends on how the judge wants to add it up. Then there's 6 years and 6 years for the other counts to Shermai and Carrie Latham. That's 12 years. And plus there are also the gun allegations were all found to be true. Usually those gun allegations will double the sentence. And then he was also found guilty of felon possession and firearm. That's 1.5 years. So it all depends on how this judge wants to tally up these offenses. If he runs them, and he has a variety of ways he can do it. He can run that 25 and 25 consecutively, meaning back to back, 50 years, or he can run it concurrently, meaning he gets a flat base of 25. Plus, he's got the 2 other counts of manslaughter against Shermai and Carrie Latham, and then plus the possession of a gun. So it could be anywhere from, the max he's looking at is 50, 60, 62, about 65 years. And I'm sure that's what the prosecution is going to go for. Actually, he said it in the press conference, and I got a video I'll be uploading of the prosecutor talking about he's going to probably request the that first-degree murder sentence to run consecutively. And that was it. I'll take a few questions, and then I got to do a couple other interviews for the day. He'll get 60 and appeal it down to 20 to 30. There's always going to be an appeal, you know. All his appeal rights, he still has all his appeal rights since he went to trial. So he still preserves all his appeal rights. Is Eric Holder remorseful? Well, we never got to hear from Eric Holder, so there's no way to know if he's remorseful or not. You know, I don't think that's something that you can't just read it on a person. And you know, some defendants actually they'll talk after they're found guilty. He may talk during sentencing. He'll have an opportunity to talk probably on September 15th when he's sentenced, to say a few words to the court before he's sentenced. And that's when he'll have an opportunity to express some remorse if he chooses to. Is he going to die soon? Will he be in PC while he waits to be sentenced? Yeah, he'll still continue to be in isolation in the Los Angeles County Jail. He has a one-man cell, and he's always escorted to and from. So he will definitely be in PC. And we still don't know why the deputies put him in that holding tank on June 28th. We still haven't got to the bottom of that. He definitely was not supposed to be in that holding tank with 13 other inmates. And we all found out what happened when he was placed in that holding tank. Do you think Black Sam will do an interview? Hey, if Black Sam will do an interview, that'd be great. You know, I would love to do an interview with Black Sam. If you're listening, Black Sam, this platform is open to you anytime you want. We'll pull up on you. You can pull up on us right here in our studio, and I will give Black Sam an interview. I definitely will, anytime, without a doubt, no hesitation, if he's willing to do it. Y'all crazy. What gang was the guy that beat him up from? All I'll say on that is that he was from a Latino street gang in Los Angeles, and he was a PC. So it almost doesn't matter. It almost doesn't matter what gang he was from if he was a PC. I'll take a few more questions. All right, we're going to take questions about the verdict, about this case, Eric Holder, Nipsey Hussle. How was court today? I would say it was very somber. There was a quietness in the courtroom. There was an emptiness. There was a lack of community, a lack of family, a lack of Black people. uh, it just felt like the government took over this case. They did what they did in terms of prosecuting it and trying to defend it on both sides. And it was done so to a certain degree without any interest by the community, by the fans, by the family. So when I was in that courtroom today, it just seemed a little empty. All right. So Nip died over paperwork. What else we got here? slow burner. Alex, you did one hell of a job covering this trial. I truly appreciate everyone who tapped into Street TV, who tapped into me, Alex Alonso, during this roller coaster, during the last 2 weeks or so of this case. I did my best to try to bring it to you as detailed as I could, because I know that most of the media just gives you little sound bites, and I tried to give you, uh, the whole piece of it. So thanks for tapping in. Sentencing is on September 15th, and Eric Holder waived time. He could have got sentenced much sooner. Usually sentencing follows like a month later, but he agreed to a September 15th sentence, so he waived time for sentencing, which it makes sense. Who's ready to go to state prison? Generally speaking, most people are excited to leave the LA County Jail and to go to prison. But in his situation, I don't think he's looking forward to going to state prison, because it's going to be a whole different ballgame when he gets there. Will the transcripts be available to the public? Big Dell 562. Yes, the transcripts will be available. You just got to pay for them. You just got to tap in with the court, tap in with the court reporter. Call the court up, Department 104, and ask for the name of the court reporter, get the email address of the court reporter, tell her you want the transcripts of whatever witness. You don't have to get the transcripts of the entire trial, because that would be very costly, but you can say, hey, I want Cowboy's transcript, or I want Bernita's transcript, or I want the detective's transcript, and you can order them by witness as well. It goes by per page. Any exhibits? Ramez Sarafi. Yeah, the exhibits should be available. I am unaware if any of the exhibits have been sealed. I will find out in the next couple of days, and I myself, I'm going to get my hands on a few of those exhibits in the next couple of days, as long as they're available and as long as they're not sealed. All right, what else we got? What's next for you, man? Because you guys have shown an interest in these trials, I think I'm going to cover the Pop Smoke case that should be coming up later this year, 2022, and also Tory Lanez case. Would you guys like some, I guess, gavel to gavel street TV coverage of the Tory Lanez and the Pop Smoke? And I will do my best to get a camera in those courtrooms as well, as long as the judge approves it. I'm going to get a camera in there as well. I think both those cases there should be some mainstream media interest in them. I think the Tory Lanez one more than the Pop Smoke, but we'll see. Oh, and Slim 400. The Slim 400 case, that ain't going to come up for about a year or two. So, that's a couple years away. But we do have the Pop Smoke case possibly coming up this year, and the Tory Lanez case possibly coming up this year. Hey, Young Dolph is in where did that happen at? In Louisiana? Where did Young Dolph get killed in? What state was that? What state did that happen in? Oh, Tennessee. That happened in Memphis. So that's in Tennessee. If you're in Tennessee, people, there is no reason why you don't go down to that courtroom and during Young Dolph's case and cover it the same way I cover in this case. Those courtrooms are open to the public. You can request to take a camera in there, and you can go in there, take as many notes as possible. You can type on your laptops. At least in California, they allow you to bring your laptops in there. Cover that story and bring that to us. Bring us the Young Dolph case from a perspective that the mainstream media is not going to cover. We don't want to just see a minute and a half on the news, the nightly news about Young Dolph. So this is to all my people in Memphis, Tennessee. Come on. hit that pavement, get in that courtroom, and and report that news of what's going on in the Young Dolph case. If I lived in Tennessee, I'd do it. Do you think Eric will pull an Aaron Hernandez? Hey, I mean, anything's possible, right? Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Let me know if the background noise with the gardener is too loud. I can close the windows. Was he showing any sort of emotion? He never showed much emotion during this whole case. How tall is Eric Holder? I would say that Eric Holder is probably around 6 feet, just under 6 feet. I could look it up on the we'll see what they have him listed as. I'm gonna see what they have him listed as. Give me a second here. I'm gonna look up. Somebody wanted to know how tall Eric Holder is. Based on the inmate information in the Los Angeles County jail system, they have Eric Holder at, let's see here. They got Eric Holder at 6'1". They got him at 6'1". Thought he was about 6 feet. It's about right. And they got him weighing 185 pounds. Now, this is earlier. He was probably 185 pounds when he got arrested. He definitely looked like he's bulked up. He is definitely over 200 pounds now. All right, back to the chat. Do you think he is 5150 or it's all cap? I can't say. I never spoke to Eric Holder. I never met him. That'll be a good question for his attorney, and I'm going to try to get a one-on-one with Attorney Jansen. I'm going to give it a few days, and then hopefully I could tap in with him and bring you guys an interview with Aaron Jansen. And I want to get one with McKinney as well. Are you a lawyer? No, I'm not a lawyer. Not a lawyer. How much time Holder got? Well, Holder won't get sentenced until September 15th. So he was found guilty of first-degree murder that carries 25 to life. Also, he was found guilty of all the gun allegations. So with the first-degree murder, that's 25 plus 25. So my question to you and everyone listening, do you think the judge will run those two 25-year sentences concurrently or consecutively? If he runs them consecutively, that's 50 years to life just on the first-degree murder. That doesn't include the count 2 against Shermai Villanueva and the other count against Kerry Latham. That's another probably 6 years plus the gun enhancement on those. Let's say 12 and 12, that's 24, plus a year and a half for a felon with a gun. That's, let's say, 25, 26. You add that to the 50 years. That's 76 years, roughly counting. But the judge can run all of that. He can run different sentences consecutively and concurrently. So we won't find out until September 15th, Eric Holder's sentence. But it's going to be a doozy. I mean, anytime you're starting off with 25 off the rip, that's almost, he's not going to see the light of day until he's an elderly person. They're going to run them consecutively. Woo! That means he's starting off with 50 years to life off the rip if they run that consecutively. And he's already 30. He's 32 years old. 50 years off the rip, 85% of 50. Let's see if he has to do 50 years. just off the rip, right? Let me calculate this. Nip was like 6'3". Holder, yeah. Well, they got him listed at 6'1" in the county jail, but yeah, I had him about 6 feet. But when he comes into the courtroom, he definitely, he's not a short guy at all. So, 50 years times, if he gets that 50 years, he won't be eligible for parole until 42 years. So you do 42 years plus 2019, because he's got those credit. He'll be eligible for parole in 2061. That's just the 50 years. That's not counting the other years for the 2 manslaughters against 2 other victims, and the gun enhancement, and the possession of a felon with a gun. So ain't no telling. Ain't no telling what Judge Jack is going to give him. Somebody said saw you on Fox 11 News near the elevator looking fly, player. Oh, that's crazy. But let's do, if you was to do his sentence all consecutive, right? I believe that's 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. Let's say plus 1. That's 75. We'll times that by 85%. That's 63 years plus 2019, because he's got credit. If everything was ran consecutively, he wouldn't be eligible for parole until 2082. 2082, if I did my math right on that. Man. I'm gonna take a few more questions, and I'm gonna have to wrap it up. We'll go to we'll do this for 8 more minutes till we get to the 30-minute point. I'll wrap this up, and all right, let me take a few more questions here. What made Eric eat chili cheese fries before killing Nipsey? Devontae won. Well, he ordered the chili cheese fries before he even had that conversation with Nipsey. So that was something that he did. That's the first thing he did when he got to the Marathon store parking lot. He went into the Master Burger, ordered some fries. While he was waiting for the fries, he went over to talk to Nipsey, and then that's when that 4-minute conversation took place. Did they get rid of the gun enhancement? No, he was found. All the gun enhancements were found true. So they were found true for the first-degree murder, and they were found true for the manslaughter, attempted manslaughters on the 2 other victims. So he was found true on 3 gun enhancements. Do you think Bernita will be charged eventually for accessory? Chief War? No, she's been completely cleared. She had absolutely no knowledge of Eric Holder's desire to shoot and kill Nipsey. She was unaware of it. So they have cleared her. If you was in court during the testimony of all the detectives, Detective Cedric Washington, Detective Amaral, they did a 4 or 5 hour interrogation of Bernita Nicholson. And that interview will become public, so that you guys can see. But no, she's not going to get. She'll never be charged for this case. The only way she can be charged in this case is if it's found out that she lied about something that she said to the investigators. And at this point, they haven't uncovered any lie that she told. Did you film the verdict? Yeah, I have the verdict right here on this laptop. I'm doing some editing to it. I'm going to upload it to the Street TV platform later this evening. When I get off this live, I'm going to try to do it, but I got another interview to do in a few minutes. They're actually calling me right now. So I promise you guys 5 more minutes. Let's just hit me with some questions, and then we're going to wrap this up. She got immunity. Yes, Bernita Nicholson received immunity, but under the condition that she tells the truth. So if they find out something she told is a lie, um, then she can be charged. But at this point, the case is over with. They got a guilty verdict. I mean, the only way this case is not over is through some appeal. They decide that something was done incorrectly. They could either overturn the verdict and do a retrial, and then they got to bring Bernita back. But as of now, Bernita will not be charged. Alex, what if Eric Holder contacted you for an interview? It would be my obligation to tell his story, to hear what he got to say, and give it to you guys. Um, I doubt very much that that will be happening. Nobody wants to hear from that dude. I doubt it. If that dude, did a phone interview with somebody, everyone's gonna listen to what this guy has to say. All you guys love to hear the crazy stuff. And who tapped in with this super chat? Green Ave. Do you think Eric Holder will have protection in prison because there's no actual paperwork on his name, and a lot of guys would have done the same thing? Ooh, that's a tough question because although generally speaking, you're right. Nipsey was so loved, and Nipsey had so many fans, and people in prison loved him so much. And we already saw what a Mexican PC did to him in a holding tank. Um, so it's gonna be tough on that prison yard. I can't even speculate what it's gonna be like for him on that prison yard. Nip didn't respect Alex Alonso before he died. No, that's not true at all. That's not true at all. There's a whole story to when his whole fallout took place back in 2011 or 2012. He kind of cut a whole lot of people off. So it was nothing personal that I did. And its principalities. Just want to show some support real quick. Very respectful channel and point of view. Salute. Yeah, I actually interviewed Nip in 2009, the interview that everyone sees on the channel. But I did some informal interviewing with him in 2007 when I first met him. So, and I was working on trying to get another interview with him. I reached out a couple times, and I don't know what year that was. So I was gonna make another interview happen. Do I think the family will be there for sentencing? I mean, they haven't been there for the whole trial, so I don't really think they're going to be there for sentencing either. It makes very little sense to show up for sentencing. But look, I would love to do some more question and answers, but I got a whole lot to take care of right now. Maybe I'll tap in with you guys tonight. Send me a message on Instagram at Alex Alonso 101. I'm going to put up the verdict. I'm going to put up some other videos from today. And I appreciate everyone tapping in with Street TV and for following this Eric Holder trial coverage. And on that note, we're going to end the stream. Thanks.